now back to our heated topic unfolding in Poland. Jaroslaw Kaczynski, the leader of Poland's largest opposition party, has lost his immunity in the Polish parliament earlier today. Now, the chairman of the conservative Law and Justice Party is accused of punching an activist who, as Kaczynski points out, insulted the memory of his late brother, former Polish president Lech Kaczyński. Now, joining me now in studio to discuss these unfolding events is Jowanka Jakubek-Lalik, Associate Professor at the Faculty of Law and Administration at the University of Warsaw. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Professor, now Kaczynski's loss of immunity is quite a significant development. Of course, it's going to be spoken about here quite a lot. Now, from a legal standpoint, what are the immediate consequences of Kaczynski's losing his immunity?
Well, first of all, the parliamentary immunity is designed to protect members of parliament from being detained on some basis which would not allow them to perform their functions. So this institution is of crucial importance in any democratic state, which means that in order to accuse a politician or actually make them accountable, the parliament needs to agree. And this is what happened today. And Jaroslaw Kaczynski, who is the leader of the opposition in the Polish parliament, has been stripped of this immunity, meaning that these allegations that he assaulted one of the activists can be then brought forward against him by the public prosecution.
So, but could this lead to actually formal charges or a full trial? What are we looking at here?
Well, the immunity protects the politician, the member of parliament, both against civil accusations and criminal charges, yes, which means that it doesn't really matter if it's a civil trial or a criminal trial. In both of these cases, currently with this striped immunity, Jaroslaw Kaczynski can face this procedure.
On the other hand, is there any way that he could avoid punishment?
Well, the base of this procedure is that all of the citizens of Poland are equal when it comes to the law, and their accountability, the base is the same, meaning that the members of parliament, the politicians, are not standing above the law. They are subject to the same procedures as all the other citizens. Having said that, we can also say that the politicians should actually give the example to the citizens about their proper behaviors, meaning that if he actually assaulted this person, he should be accountable for that.
And I mean, about this assault, how do you interpret Kaczynski's justification for this alleged assault, claiming that the activist actually insulted his brother?
Mm-hmm. If the activist insulted his brother, it's not the best way to approach him and to punch him in the face. We should expect a different type of behavior. Of course, Jaroslaw Kaczynski, as every citizen in Poland, is entitled to legal protection of his rights and also to the memory of his brother. But there are legal means to do that. And physical assault.
What are some of the legal defenses that he may be able to use to try and protect himself?
He could have taken this person to court. He could have made a specific allegation that this person is harming his late brother's memory, or he's offended by the actions or words of this person. So there are legal means to do that. He did not use that. Instead of, he turned to, let's say, physical violence, and this is what is supposed to be and investigated, and who knows what the result of the investigation might be.
Professor, this is really really going across the Polish media today, but now how could this incident actually affect his standing within the opposition and his party's credibility?
This is a more complex question, I would say, because here there was even, let's say, a disagreement between coalition partners in the current government, because on one hand there is, of course, a common conception that every citizen should be equal in front of the law, and here there is no disagreement about that. However, whether he should be stripped of immunity based on this specific case, that was discussed between different parties within the government.
President, I want to take you now just through another crisis that is unfolding in Romania, a constitutional crisis. I mean, we have a reporter who is there right now. So many things happening. The court ordered a recount of the votes. I mean, we're talking here about possible Russian interference in Romania's presidential elections, really an unexpected turn of events. How do you see this crisis unfolding? What is your take on this, particularly from the legal point of view?
First of all, it is an unprecedented situation. So we have not seen a situation where, especially in the European Union member state, a court would rule that the election needs to be repeated. And this is really, let's say, a huge issue. However, we still do not know the justification of the ruling, of the judgment of the court. So it remains to be seen what were specifically the arguments that the court used. What we know is that this Wednesday, secret services of Romania have declassified some documents, some evidence that were used by the court to perform the judgment. However, the judgment comes very late in the process. Also, currently, even the process has started, the voting process has started abroad. So Romanian citizens who live abroad already started to cast their votes, meaning that the decision coming so late in the process can cause additional chaos, additional misunderstanding, and also potentially some protests from the citizens who might see the court ruling as the interference in the democratic process of election. So here I would say there are arguments in favor or against. We still don't know exactly what were the arguments that the court decided to be the base of their judgment, and we need to find out more.
And given this political uncertainty, I mean, just like you mentioned, we don't know, but what do you think the future holds for Romania?
Well, according to the decision, current president will remain in office until the next voting will take place. So the voting should be redone, meaning that there will be another elections. I'm not sure whether the far-right candidate is going to be also standing in these elections, because he was accused of being supported by Russian hybrid interference, and also there are some question marks about his political campaign, as he claimed that he didn't spend any money on the campaign.
And he used TikTok, right? Particularly TikTok.
Yes, and he just gained this kind of very large popularity using social media. Yes, so still, we cannot see how the process will unfold, but it's going to be a very hot topic in Romanian politics for sure.
Thank you so much, Jowanka Jakubek-Lalik, Associate Professor at the Faculty of Law and Administration, the University of Warsaw, for being with us here and breaking it down with the situation happening in Poland and in Romania.
Thank you for having me.
And that's all for this edition of World News Tonight here on TVP World, but do stay with us as more on the constitutional and democratic crises around the globe, particularly in Romania, is coming up, and Adam Yase is on the record right after this bulletin. Have a good night.